focus shifts to mid-cap IT after the large-cap earnings are out of the way. A host of mid-cap IT companies will be posting their Q2 earnings next week. We have L&T Infotech, which is gaining ahead of earnings tomorrow. A busy week ahead, Reema.
Absolutely. So let me just quickly tell our viewers all the mid-cap IT companies that are lined up next week in terms of earnings. So that calendar will come up for you. Tomorrow, it's L&T Infotech, but thereafter next week, we've got numbers from KPIT Tech, L&T Technology, Persistent, Coforge, Emphasis, Birla Soft. I guess by the end of it, mid-cap IT will also be done, right? We finished large-cap IT, mid-cap IT, after next week should also be completed. In terms of L&T Infotech, this is a stock which has done exceedingly well in the last 3 months, which means from its Q1 earnings to now, the stock has gained close to about 24%. Around the time of its Q1 numbers, the stock price was closer to 3,873, and now it's closer to 4,800. Dollar revenue growth seen at 2.6%. Constant currency revenue growth should be closer to 4%, which means a significant pickup compared to the growth that we had seen in the prior quarter, which was 2.9%. The company had indicated that revenue growth in the second quarter will be better than the first quarter, driven by the ramp up of deal wins and the digital spending by clients. Margins for the company seen up 40 basis points to 16.4%, but remember, this comes on the back of the 130 basis points decline seen in margins in the last quarter. What will we watch? The company had guided for large deal win closures in the current quarter and the outlook on BFSI. Because while, generally BFSI has been strong, but in cases like TCS's BFSI growth was lower than the company average. They spoke about some softness in insurance, and L&T Infotech gets a very large percentage of its revenues, the highest in the sector, from the BFSI space. So the client metrics appear to be deteriorating a tad bit. So is it impacting L&T Infotech? This is also one of the most expensive, mid-cap IT names. The valuation chart will come up, and here this is FY24 PE is close to 28 times, while FY25 PE is close to about 23.5 times. I'm not saying FY23 because it's very, very expensive, but let's talk about 1 year forward and 2 year forward now.
Okay, so that is something we'll be watching out for. So busy week ahead for Reema again, but we'll take your leave on this edition of Midcap Radar, your stocks when we return. Stay tuned to CNBC-TV18.